So what kind of an impact does the Cruz sex scandal hashtag have? Well, the hashtag that started trending after the National Enquirer story broke out. And just for a record, before I say anything else here, I don't believe in these allegations. I'm not talking about these rumors, these allegations, just because of the National Enquirer. You know, if I'm talking about something here politically on this channel, if I'm making a case for something, it's because there's more sources that I believe, give a basis for a story. With regards to the Cruz sex scandal, I've heard this for months, that there were rumors that Cruz may have cheated on his wife. With Katrina Pearson, Trump's national campaign spokesperson, there were rumors and the Marco Rubio team was trying to peddle it to various mainstream media outlets, including Breitbart, and they didn't pick it up because the evidence was flimsy. Not that there isn't any evidence, but there's supposedly a video out there of one of these women going into a restaurant and hotel on the same day that Cruz was there. There's some evidence, essentially. There's also a picture on Twitter with one of the women that Cruz supposedly slept with having the same tattoo as he did on the same day that he did the Winston Churchill tattoo. So there is evidence for this. There's flimsy, it's not something the mainstream media would pick up, but there is evidence to give some basis for these rumors. Not hard evidence, nothing to really, convict, so to speak, convicted Cruz on it, right? But there is some evidence, and the rumors have been there for months. So I believe that it's to an extent, at least, true that he did cheat on his wife. Wouldn't really be surprising if he did that, honestly. And Cruz, well, the mainstream media, because of the flimsy evidence or almost non-existent evidence, decided not to run this story, right? And then the National Enquirer did, but the mainstream media wasn't talking about that. And then the hashtag starts trending, and Cruz goes to give a press conference, an emergency press conference, right? To flat out deny the allegation. He also makes a Facebook post. Right? There's been some stupid statements he made in denying this, like Donald Trump being a rat, but I don't want to copulate with him. Donald Trump may be a rat, but I don't want to copulate with him. It's like, what? Seriously? Like, Vox News, which I hate, by the way, but it's useful to read opinions. I read Huffington Post, I read Vox News, I look at Young Turks. I don't agree with many of the things they say, but I look at them. It's useful to have the other side's opinion, to know what they think, how they think, so you can understand how these things work, to have a good understanding of the political viewpoints out there, all right? Or just viewpoints in general. It's a useful thing. Anyway, Vox made a point that Cruz came off as saying that he would fuck a rat. I know it's a small thing, it's ridiculous, it's stupid, but this is the Republican 2016 presidential primaries. This whole thing is like the best drama you could ever watch. The horrifying aspect is that you may get someone like Ted Cruz as the Republican nominee through shenanigans by the Republican Party. It's like that. You know what? Whatever viewpoint people may have, Cruz should never be in walking distance of the presidency. If it's Cruz versus Hillary Clinton, and you're like, which brand of anthrax do you want? Thankfully, the story is gonna hurt him. Now, there is an article on the Daily Beast. There's also one on Huffington Post, but I'll rot in the 7 pits of hell before I link something from Huffington Post on this channel. With regards to this. Maybe if they're the only source on a story, maybe. But let's just say I have a very negative opinion of the Huffington Post. But anyway, read that. In that article, there's all the information I've talked about. Anyway, the impact this hashtag had is that forced Cruz to give a press conference, right? And deny the allegations. However, because he did that, the mainstream media now can report on it. And they did. Now, they haven't reported much on it. They've tried to be as quiet as they could have, but they did report on this story, and it's made national news, right? That Cruz denied the allegations. Cruz blamed Trump, by the way. It's like, okay, just one small thing. If this story had come out 1 week before Wisconsin, which is on April 5th, the Wisconsin Republican primary on April 5th, open primary, by the way, so Trump's probably going to do well, then that might have some basis. Coming in close to 2 weeks, less useful actually, unless there's evidence produced, hard evidence produced to show that Cruz did indeed cheat on his wife. That's gonna hurt him. Him in particular, it's gonna hurt him a lot. Now, Trump can't actually attack Cruz for this because Trump also cheated on his wife. Not his current wife, his first wife. He did cheat on her with the woman that would then become his second wife. He did do that. Now, people can make whatever arguments they want about that, how the relationship was. It doesn't matter, Trump did cheat on his wife. That's the end of the story. And Trump can't openly attack Cruz. So Trump said, I hope that these allegations aren't true. We'll see. We will see about this. Being coy, Trump, well, that's why I like Trump. He's a massive troll. Like, at the end of the day, that's one of the things about Trump. He is a troll. I like his proposals, like the Iraq war was stupid, removing Gaddafi was stupid and all that, but he is ultimately a troll. He likes to engage in that kind of behavior. It's also telling that this story broke as Trump and Cruz were attacking each other over their wives. You know, the whole Melania picture thing and all of that, right? Melania posing nude in several magazines, a super PAC affiliated to the Cruz campaign attacking because of that before the Utah caucuses, and then Trump firing back at Cruz for that, right? Anyway, so Cruz holding that conference made the mainstream media report on this, and whatever the basis for it, it's like, no, they're rumors, we don't believe there's evidence, Cruz denies it. People are gonna see that and they're gonna think, should I trust Cruz? You know, they might look at what Cruz has done, or they might believe Cruz cheated on his wife. That might be the impression on a number of people, and that's gonna help Trump. Should be pointed out that there's two important Republican primaries before April 26th. There's a good number of Republican primaries in April, but the two most important ones are, or some of the more important ones that are coming up are Wisconsin, April 5th, and New York, April 19th. Anyway, New York, Trump's gonna win that. But if Trump wins Wisconsin, then he gets in the position where no one else can win the delegates, and he's probably gonna win all the delegates. He doesn't need Wisconsin. It would just make his life easier, much easier, right? So the other states that are coming up in April are states that Trump is going to win by a landslide: Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island. Just look at the map of where those states are and look at the map of the states that Trump has won. That's a subject for another video, however. This is obviously going to help Trump because the people who support Cruz are people that are probably going to take issue with this. Like, you know, sex scandal, cheating on your wife is something that could end anyone's campaign. Cruz, it's an end his political career if this happens to be true. If there's evidence produced about this, then it ends his political career. But even now, in the current state, with the rumors, it's going to affect Cruz in the polls. He's gonna do worse in the primaries that are coming up in April. Not that he was gonna do well in most of them. Wisconsin is a different story. Wisconsin is a battleground state between Trump and Cruz. The establishment is throwing all of its support, try and stop Trump from winning Wisconsin, which is winner take all, 18 delegates by the statewide winner, so a good number of delegates for the guy who wins the state, 42 delegates in total, most of the delegates by congressional district. If Trump wins 30 delegates from Wisconsin, you know, the statewide winner, most of the congressional districts, he's gonna do very well. You know, at this point, he actually has more delegates than Cruz and Kasich combined. And he's close enough that basically if he wins Wisconsin, he'll have, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he'll have more delegates than Cruz, Kasich, and the delegates Rubio won. And that will really put him on the path towards the nomination. He certainly will be above. Even if Cruz wins Wisconsin, he'll still, and Trump wins all the delegates in New York, Trump will be ahead of Cruz, Kasich, Rubio delegates combined, right? So that will put Trump in a really good position. Obviously, you know, I should talk about the Democratic primaries that occurred, but anyway. So that's the impact. It does hurt Cruz, and if he is caught lying, you know, after denying the allegations, that's really gonna tear him apart. Now, obviously, he was gonna deny the allegations. The women that supposedly had done it, they've also flat out denied allegations. Katrina Pearson, for instance, Trump's national campaign spokesperson, has denied these allegations, saying 100% false. I guess we'll have to wait and see how the cookie crumbles, how the wheel spins, right? Costin here on Serious Gaming, signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more, because there's more political discussions to be had. Bernie Sanders' victory, and how many states Trump needs to win to actually secure the nomination, and which states I'm talking about.